Check. We're live, guys. We're live. Welcome to our stream. Good day. And God bless, guys. Let's play Valorant. Valorant, what the fuck. Let's play Call of Duty, guys. Okay? Kaya. Okay. I lowered the quality of our stream. Okay, let's go. Share our live. Let's do share our live, guys. I will share it first. Share it, guys. Bawat sandali, gwapo ko, di ako babaero. Episode 21 na ba? Is this our episode 21? I think it's 20. Ay, 21. Let's go, guys. Welcome to our stream. Please do like and share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much. Share. Let's go, guys. Let's start. MC muna tayo. DMC Gaming. Alright. Welcome to our stream, guys. Good day. Enjoy watching. Pinabahan ko yung quality ng stream natin, guys. Ginawa ko lang 720p. $720p lang siya. Nakagising ko lang, pasensya na, kagad. Punta ko lang. Smith. Let's go. Yo, what up sa ating dalawang confirmed viewers?
Secure intel and loot to gain access to new missions. Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
Bro, off your mic. What kind of fucking mic is that?
Get right so we can celebrate later.
Bro, your microphone. Bro, off your mic. What the fuck? What kind of microphone is that? Sakit sa tenga, par. Loot drop, supply drop. Saan kami? Ano ba? Mag-deliver nga mo kami. Cargo delivery kami. Cargo delivery.
Tossing a decoy! Coming grenade! Taking effective fire!
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert.
Enemy contact! On your side!
Ultra One, completing contracts earns you cash.
Bro, your fucking mic, bro.
Gear and upgrades.
Off your fucking mic. Light Tiger, off your fucking mic. Sakit sa tenga, hayop.
Dropping ammo here!
Off your fucking mic.
UAV is bingo, fuel, and RTB.
Ingay. Let's go.
Actual to Ultra One, your intel supplied the location of high-value cargo being moved in the AO. Secure the transport and get it to the HLZ.
I'm hit!
Location is marked on your TAC map. Ultra One, actual. You're approaching the objective now. Vehicle is located in the warehouse building. You're cleared hot, Ultra One. That keypad will unlock the door. Sending you the code now. Actual to Ultra One. Vehicle secure. Move it to the HLZ for extraction. Location is marked on your TAC map. Ultra One, you've got an enemy rotor
Active fire!
Cargo is secure in RTB at this time. Good work.
Let's go.
Ultra One, Intel located AQ supply sites nearby. We need you to destroy them. Coordinates are on your TAC map. Set a charge on the supplies and destroy them. Charge is set. Secure the perimeter or proceed to the next target.
Yo, what up sa dalawang viewers natin dyan?
Target destroyed. One to go.
They tagged me!
All Ultra, charge is hot. Set security and confirm detonation.
Taking fire!
Go.
Cover me! Need to heal up!
Kaya ko par.
Ultra One, good effect on targets. Transferring payment now. Ultra One, intel located enemy supplies in nearby safes. Marking
Off
locations
cam muna
on your
tayo guys.
attack map.
Bye. Off cam. You watching.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Patay ko. Patay ka guys. Patay ka na. Battle Royale solo muna tayo. Oh. Tagal par. So tagal-tagal, but we need to wait, okay? Okay tayo guys. We need to wait.
Warm up while you can. We will deploy soon. Enemy soldier incoming. Warm-up is over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone. Battle Royale. Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone. Enemy dropping into the AO. Target set up. Get to work.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates! Let's go!
Soldiers, you failed in life, but I offer you redemption in death. Kill for... Let there be blood. This is pathetic. Kill or I'll send someone in who will. Enough of this fucking...
You fought hard out there. Return to base for deployment.
I'll give you a second chance. You
You took
failed
a meeting.
yourselves
Back to base
again.
with you.
Check. Nawala guys. Nawala yung live natin. Wait lang. Nag-set ako ng ano eh. Best settings. So, ano tayo na ano. Nvidia.
I don't fight for myself.
All of the in-game graphics settings to make sure we're maximizing our FPS and visibility, but the NVIDIA control panel is another key part that a lot of people forget about that can improve that performance just that little bit more. So open up the NVIDIA control panel and we can begin with the adjust image settings with preview area. Bit of a mouthful. We're going to go for the use the advanced 3D image settings option. It's the one we want to select out of the three here because the other two, let the 3D application decide, just means that we've got no control using the NVIDIA control panel, and use my preference emphasizing means that we're using some sort of preset. Most of this video is going to be the 3D settings in the manage 3D settings area, so you need to make sure you've got this selected. We're going to skip over the 3D settings for now because that's the bulk of the video. We'll come back to that just for some other quick settings that are important. Starting off with, and I don't want to make you guys sound like idiots, but come in here and check your refresh rate is set up correctly for your primary monitor. For me, I've got a 240 Hz monitor, and I can see here that it's definitely set up correctly. The amount it's important. Looks a lot better. You guys sound like idiots, but it's important. Next, move on to the adjust desktop color settings. We're only going to touch one small thing on here, which is really going to boost the colors in Warzone 2. I will say Warzone 2 looks a lot better than Warzone 1, and the visibility is a lot better too, so not as much needed as previously. But in here, with the correct monitor selected, come down to digital vibrance. This will be set at 50% by default. I'd recommend you boost this to around 60 to 70%. It's going to be personal preference, but what this does is it just boosts all of the saturation, all of the colors, and makes your game look so much better. This is going to be a globally set thing, so if you do play other games, it's going to be set for those as well. There are applications you can get to control this on an application by application basis, but I do this for all my games, have it set at 60%. It makes Warzone 2 look even better than it already does. Next, we'll move into those 3D settings that we skipped over earlier. And we've got the global and the program settings. So what these two areas are, if you guys don't know, the global settings is going to be settings that are set for every game across the board, whereas the program settings are going to be set on an application by application basis. Now, I've got some optimized settings done for my global, but we're going to do most of the stuff today just in the program area. The only thing we want to do in the global area is to come down to shader cache size, and only if needed, set this to 100 gig. Now, why would you need this? Basically, if you are crashing a load in-game at the moment, this is a well-known fix to fix the problem. You can do this along with going in-game and setting your cache size, I believe it is, to either high or ultra. This way, you eliminate a lot of the crashing that's happening in Warzone right now. What the shader cache size does is it sets the amount of shader storage space that you can have. You won't ever get anywhere near 100 gigs, so don't worry about setting it to that. It's just giving it the available space, and it just seems to make the game crash a lot less. This was found by some people on Twitter, and it's been confirmed that it works out decently, so yeah, go try it out. Next, we're going to head into the program settings area. Now, I've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is the same people on Twitter. and it's been confirmed that it works out decently, so yeah, go try it out. Next, we're going to head into the program settings area. Now, I've got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which is the same as Warzone 2. Obviously, they're running on the same client. In order for you guys to actually add this in here, you'll need to click Add up here, and assuming you've had the game running recently, it should be on this list. For me, it's Call of Duty HQ. It should be the same for you. You'll know it's the location ends in cod.exe. That means you know you've got the correct thing selected. Once you've got that selected, click Add Selected Program. I've already done it, so I'm going to click Cancel. But then it should be in the box up here, and we can begin with these settings. Starting off with image scaling. You want to make sure that this is set to off. In Warzone 1, I recommended doing a little bit of a tweak, which allowed you to change from the image scaling to the old image sharpening, which was really useful in Warzone 1 to boost a lot of the visibility with no FPS loss. But in Warzone 2, I'm really seeing no need for any additional sharpening. We've got the Fidelity FX sharpening already in the game, and everything's looking a lot more crisp, so I'd recommend you turn this off. Ambient occlusion we can't set because it's not supported for the application. Anisotropic filtering, I'd recommend that you max this out at 16x. I do this globally for all my games, but we'll set it specifically to 16x for Warzone 2. Anisotropic filtering is not a costly thing to set for any game. It is a really, really light and kind of visibility boosting setting that is really, really good for every single game. So maxing this out, you're not going to lose any performance, and you will get overall improved quality and fidelity in-game, which is great. Why would we not do that? Then we move on to gamma correction. Make sure this is set to off. This apparently doesn't actually do anything anyway in basically any game. Gamma correction hasn't been a technology that's been used in games for quite some time now, but we'll just make sure it's set to off here so it's not doing anything funny in-game without us knowing. For the anti-aliasing mode, we want to set this to application controlled. Obviously, in-game, we have two options. We've got the SMAA T2X and the Filmic SMAA T2X. We want to let the game have the control over how the anti-aliasing is running. If we try and start setting things in here, I mean, you can't even choose what kind of anti-aliasing you're running. FXAA, SMAA, MSAA, you can't even select it in here. So just set it to application controlled and let the game do the work for you. Not something we want to control in here. For anti-aliasing transparency, just keep this to off. Once again, this is kind of like the anti-aliasing mode. We don't want this to be controlled by the NVIDIA control panel. Background application max frame rate. My global setting is on because globally there's a lot of games that don't actually allow you to do this in-game. However, Warzone does. There is a setting where you can customize your frame rate. I mentioned it in my in-game settings video where you can set it so that when you Alt-Tab out of the game, it limits the FPS. And because of that, I'm going to set this to off. I'd recommend that you guys do the same. Set up a max out of application frame rate limit inside Warzone and then switch it to off from the NVIDIA control panel settings. There's no use application controlled, which is what I'd more expect to see, but this just means that the game setting overrides anything that we're having happen in here, and you don't get some weird frame rate limiting happening conflict. That wouldn't be good. CUDA GPUs, in general, you should just be able to leave this at all. If you've got multiple GPUs, just make sure you've got the correct one selected. But really, in this day and age, most people just have one GPU, so you can just leave this as default. Low latency mode, a lot of people will come in here and think that on or ultra are the best options. Not the case. Put this to off. In Warzone, we have access to Reflex Low Latency by NVIDIA, and we can set that to either on or on plus boost in game. When we're doing that, in order to get the best results from that, we need to make sure that low latency mode in the NVIDIA control panel is set to off. This is specific for any game that has Reflex Low Latency built into its settings. If that wasn't there in game, we would set it here instead and it would force it, but you can get some weird conflicts and weird latency issues from having it set on in here, so keep it off. Max frame rate, this is going to be exactly the same as the background application max frame rate. We have a frame rate limiter in game. The in-game frame rate limiter will give you the best frame times and the best latency if you're ever going to limit your frame rate. So I would recommend that you keep this to off in the NVIDIA control panel so we don't get any more conflicts. Moving down, OpenGL GDI compatibility, just leave this as auto. This is something which doesn't really do anything for Warzone 2 anyway, so just leave it to auto so we're not causing any conflicts. And then with OpenGL rendering GPU, once again, you can just do auto select. I'm, for good measure, going to select my GPU just to ensure that it's not trying to weirdly select anything else in my system, even though there's nothing else there. Just for good measure, select the GPU that you want to use. Then we go to power management mode. Everyone here is going to go, wow, prefer maximum performance. I want performance. That's what I want. No. Put this to normal. This has been proven by many benchmarks that setting to normal gives the GPU all the performance it needs. All you're doing by running at prefer maximum performance is you're maxing out the clocks on it at times when it does not need to be running at that level, and you're just tiring out the GPU over extended periods of time. NVIDIA themselves have said that when you put this at normal, it will make your GPU run as optimally as possible, and you will not see any performance impact having prefer maximum performance on. You're just running your GPU into the ground for no reason. So keep this to normal. Preferred refresh rate, set this to highest available. Ensures that we're always hitting that refresh rate that we set earlier. You know, we haven't got it accidentally limited to 60 hertz on 144 hertz. That would be bad. Then we come down to this area of 4 different texture filtering options. You're only going to touch one of these, and that is the texture filtering quality setting. And in here, you're going to pick one of 2 things. You're either going to pick quality or performance. Basically, if you want a little bit more fidelity, a little bit of a nicer looking game overall, but maybe a little bit less performance, like a tiny bit, put it to quality. If you are just a complete performance hog, you just want all the FPS, you want all the performance, then performance is the setting you want to put on. High quality and high performance are both known to cause a load of different bugs in a bunch of different games. I haven't done all the in-depth testing for Warzone 2, but in general, it's recommended that you do not touch these options. What you'll see is as you change between quality and performance, the other 3 settings around change. Specifically this anisotropic sample optimization. With quality on, it turns that off. With performance on, it turns that one on. I prefer FPS, so I'm going to run performance, and that's what I'd recommend most of you do, but quality might work out better for some of you guys who want your game to look a little bit more crisp. Next, we'll move to threaded optimization. Just leave this at auto. This is a bit of technology which will be used as and when it needs to be used. You don't want to force this on all the time or anything like that. Just set it to auto, let the game do its thing, and use it as and when it needs it. Triple buffering, make sure this is set to off. This is not a setting we want to tamper with, and it's kind of to do with frames and vertical sync and that kind of stuff. And it's not something we want for Warzone 2. Vertical sync, speak of the devil, put this to use 3D application setting. Don't try and force it off in here. Don't try and force it on or anything. Just put it to use the 3D application setting. This way, if you've got it off in game, it will just be off. If you've got it on in game for a G. sync related setup, then it will do its thing. Just let the application control it. It's so much easier down the line to not have to come back in here and change it every time you want to mess around with G-Sync or anything. Virtual reality pre-rendered frames. This isn't going to do anything because it's not a virtual reality game. So leave it as whatever. It does not matter. And lastly, Vulkan/OpenGL present method. Just leave this at auto. Once again, not something we want to touch in the control panel for Warzone 2. After all this, we're just going to click apply. It might lag a little bit. It'll do a bit of flashing. And then we've got it applied and ready to run the game. And with all that finished, we've got an optimized NVIDIA control panel setup that's going to run nicely with the in-game settings that I covered last time. If you guys...
Let's go, try natin mag-live. Ano? After setting up, we try to do the live, okay? And we observe performance.
Today we've got the best NVIDIA control panel settings for Warzone 2.0 to ensure we're maximizing the game's performance and not being held back by the settings outside of the game. I've already covered all of the in-game
Alam mo eh. Okay guys, we will try, okay? Off cam.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Explore, secure intel, and loot to gain access to new missions. Enemy threat is high, so expect contact. Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
They attacked me!
Completing contracts earns you cash to buy gear and upgrades. Ultra One, be advised that safe is bringing heat your way. Be ready for a gunfight. Stay alert.
Stay with me! Incoming grenade! You'll be alright. Come on! I owe you one!
Mazrah.
Armor here! Get right so we can celebrate later.
I'm good.
Ultra One, completing contracts earns you cash to use at buy stations for gear and upgrades. UAV is on station. Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp. Ultra One, UAV is bingo fuel and RTB. Ultra One, this is actual. UAV is established orbit. Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert. Ultra One, be advised, UAV is RTB at this time. Actual to Ultra One. Intel sourced the location of an AQ hard drive. Secure that disk and upload all contents. Target areas marked on your TAC map. Ultra One, we've marked a radio tower on your TAC map. Use it to transmit the data.
Taking effective fire!
Ultra One, use the tower to transmit the data. Access point is at the top. Good signal, Ultra One. Secure the perimeter until the upload is done. Ultra One, transfer complete. Good work.
clear.
Official, let's go! I'm hit! Take cover!
Ultra, Dino 4 is inbound for extraction. Be with you soon. Ultra 1, Dino 4. We're approaching the LZ. Get it secure.
Warm up while you can. We will deploy soon. Preparation is done. Now you deploy to the war zone. Battle Royale. You've got gas closing in fast. Get to the safe zone. Primary objective is to eliminate all targets. Hostiles dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Hostiles are using recon.
Strongholds located. Targets are marked on your attack map.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Requesting recon flyover!
Copy. UAV orbiting the AO. Recon is online. UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time.
Positive ID on the bounty targets. Eliminate them. Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates! Let's go!
You're in the Gulag. Fight for your chance to redeploy.
Soldiers, 4 of you are in my arena. The last 2 standing will leave it. Let there be blood.
Use this time to practice. We will be deploying soon. Enemy soldier incoming. Practice is over. The real fight begins now.
Get ready to jump! 5 seconds!
Battle Royale. Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone.
LZ set! I'm here!
Hunt the enemy down.
Enemy UAV active.
Hunt contract here!
LMG marked.
Tossing a frag!
Be advised, Intel has located multiple strongholds. Got gas moving in.
Move it! All right, mate, let's get you right! I'm good. Go! Shit! I'm hit!
Enemy UAV overhead.
Your team is in the safe zone. Your squad mate is in the gulag now. If they survive, they redeploy.
They tagged me! Shoot me, you dope!
Looks like we got another one! On the ground! This is the Gulag. In here, you fight to win back your life. Gates! Let's go!
This is the gulag. You'll have to fight to earn redeployment.
In the Gulag, I make the rules. Kill to escape. Die, and you never let there be blood.
Ako.
Someone better die through!
Your squad is getting you out of here. Stand
Five losers, pathetic!
by. You took a beating. Back to base with you. The enemy took that one, but we will be back to finish the job.
Excuse for a soldier.
Moving!
Taking effective fire!
Claro, place has been hit.
Movement! Moving here!
Car marked! Grenade out! Suck on this, cabrón!
Gas Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Planting mine!
Gas is closing in.
Activating EMP! I need support here. We got more fight ahead. One's down, right here.
Got the sniper!
gas inbound. Protect all civilians.
Recon drone online. I'm getting stick. Need medical.
You've got
Not letting you go out like that. I need you back in the fight.
Thanks. Back in it.
I got this. Moving. Moving here.
Car marked.
You're losing ground.
Enemy move. Car marked.
Armor here!
Copy.
Black site is secure. All clear.
On contract here. Here. Enemy visual.
Moving here.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Claro. Place has been hit.
Enemy in the area.
crates are restocked. Advise you load up now. Remain. Stalling. Gas is closing in. Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
Got attack rover here.
Got movement.
Gas is inbound.
You're good, you're good! I got you!
I'm up! Weapons hot!
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. You've made it to the top 10. Got gas moving in. Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.